whatever. And like I said, you know. Is it on? Is it playing?
It's on. It's recording.
Okay, so I'm telling Juliana, she's cheap, so she wants to return the camera, this good camera.
Hello, I didn't even do my intro or nothing.
Hold on a second, I just want to let them know. Okay, but she's being cheap about the wrong things. She has wanted to do this YouTube channel for years, okay? And I know she talked about that in her blog, but she's not keeping up with it. So you vlog, fucking whatever. Oops. Anyways, the point is, you guys have to bother her and keep on her because she has to be consistent with it. How is she going to keep?
I am being consistent. I posted a video 1 week ago.
Hold on a second. She decided to do what? Vlogtober, okay? And she was doing good, and then she started to lack.
You're the one talking.
Slack. And stop posting them just before the month was over. Like,
I did 18 videos?
There's like 31 days in October.
Listen, I didn't even do my intro or introduce myself or nothing. Anyways.
Okay.
I'm Julianajules and this is...
I'm Mitzi.
Why didn't you... That's the first thing you should have said.
Okay, I'm Mitzi. And this is Julianajules.
Anyways, like I said, this is one of my longtime friends. We don't always get along. Actually, we do get along. We don't even hang out. I hardly ever see her, even though we live like 5 minutes apart.
But we talk all the time, you know, what's up, shit like that.
And she recently had, what kind of surgery did you have?
I had a partial mastectomy.
So we decided we're going to talk about that, like go into the background. What? Yes, we did.
No. Okay, so I had a partial mastectomy. I'm currently healing. I'm doing pretty good considering. But yeah, that's what happened.
And I came to visit.
She did come to visit.
It's been how many days now? 5 days?
6 days.
6 days.
6 days.
So I just came to visit, see what's up.
Yeah. And
we were going to talk about it. Was the topic. Was it not?
No, we were trying to figure out a topic. Like, what are we going to... And you know what the thing is? While we were trying to figure out a topic, we talked about a whole bunch of shit that would have been good topics.
Not necessarily. Oh, Joe Biden's new president. Yay!
Yes. I am so happy, okay, for America. And I had made a post, which I'm stupid because I erased it because somebody said something. But I made a post saying, I'm so proud of America for making the right decision. I'm happy for my family and friends that live in the States. I'm so happy for Kamala Harris, not only being the first woman vice president into the White House, but the first black woman as a vice president in the White House. Okay, and somebody says, "Oh, you're Canadian. Why does it affect you?" First of all, American politics affects the world. We're their neighbors to the north. We're the first ones that go on that trickle. So yeah, it affects us. Plus, my brother and his children and his family live in the States, and these past 4 years have been really hard for them because they're actually Canadians. They're not illegal. They live there. They're going through the process of whatever. Yeah, because my brother's job took him out there. And despite his job taking him out there, like, Trump wanted him gone. He was one of those people.
Trump's an asshole.
I don't even understand. You know, we touched lightly before on why people voted him in. But it was just popularity, you know. The man had money, people knew him, and nobody... You think they thought that he would actually win?
But they voted for him. Ugh. So, because he doesn't have a political background.
He doesn't.
Look at Kanye. Now he wants to be the president because Trump did it.
Yeah, so now everybody thinks that they can do it. Honestly, I'm not 100% in the sense that I follow politics to know the ins and outs of who was a better president or whatever. But to me, Obama was the best president in the States. I don't know. I hear a lot of people talk about financially. He was not very good for the country. But I got to say, he had no scandals in his presidency. He was of the people. Man. Yeah, he was of the people. His family had no
his
scandals
wife is
and stuff like that. She's
American,
amazing.
Which that's not here or there. But Trump was always on, immigrants and whatever. And his wife's an immigrant. His wife
is an immigrant. That doesn't even speak English properly. Like, what the hell? She also stole a lot of her speeches are other people's speeches that
she actually stole one of
Michelle
Obama's speech like a year ago.
Yeah, and just added an extra 1-2 words to change it up. But no, I'm happy for the states. Bottom line, like, thank God that's over. That era. I'm glad
because Trump caused a lot of. There was already divide, but he just escalated it.
He did.
Everyone came out and
he allowed the racists to come out and say, yes, I'm racist and I'm proud. Like, you know, he created so much racial divide. Not only racial divide, but just in general, so much hate in the country, you know. And the speeches he would give, like, I don't understand.
They made no sense.
Yeah.
They made no sense.
Well, I can't even, I don't get it.
And why is he orange? Like,
is this
with his white
arm? Yeah, like this part of his, he does his spray right here.
He's like a raccoon.
Yeah.
An orange raccoon.
He spray tans. It's fucking his. I was gonna talk about his wig, but mine isn't that great right now either. So.
Is it an actual wig? I don't know.
It's a toupee. Some shit. And with all that money, instead of getting a fucking toupee, you'd think he'd get those little injections. Yeah, like get a hair implant, so it doesn't blow off one day.
He's gone bankrupt twice before, I think, or once before.
Pretend bankrupt. They just say that so that, you know, whatever for what. Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I'm poor.
I'm poor too.
But how did we got into politics? We weren't supposed to talk about politics. We were supposed to talk about how we met, how we became friends, and all of that.
Okay.
So, let's get into it.
Go ahead.
I first met Mitzi back in 2003, I think it was.
It was about that, yeah.
The video that I talked about almost going to jail.
It was me.
she was
we lived together, yes.
And
can you watch Shakira for a minute? I'll be back. I'm like, okay, thinking nothing. This bitch goes outside with her Dora backpack. She picks up a brick from outside of the house. I don't know what they were doing. I think the landlord had like some laying around. She puts it in her backpack and she fucks up. I didn't see that part. I found out that part after. She comes back like nothing because she did not say to me what she did until I can't even tell you. When the police knocked at the door, I didn't know who it was. I thought it was probably fucking Ian or some shit.
Yeah, like but the way how the knocking was, you know when police at your door.
Yeah, they're typical cop knocks. So she comes and I did, and she told me what she did. And the cops are knocking at the door. I'm like, we have to open the fucking door.
I know,
we have to open it.
I wanted to hide and have her tell them I'm not there. But then, in that moment, we're both such bad liars. They would have. But back then, I didn't know they would need a warrant to come in the house.
Exactly.
I didn't know that.
We weren't professional criminals then. We're not now. Then? But no, we're not now either. But we didn't know the ins and outs, you know. Like, we could say she's not here and that's end of story, you know. But they knew she was there.
Yeah, but if we had lied, they wouldn't have known. Either way, they couldn't come in the house. But like I said, we didn't know that then. Yeah. So, whatever. So, that's how we met. You know, I was renting a room. I rented a room from her and her husband at the time. And his aunt. What?
He was not my husband.
Boyfriend. Same difference. Well, not really. And I lived with you guys for like a couple years. And then...
Not even a couple of years. Because remember, we got... When you moved in, me and Ian were already on the outs. Okay? So... I think you lived there for about 8 months. Where I beat up his auntie.
No, not that. We have a lot of stories.
We do. They're funny.
Another video.
You lived there for a while, and then they moved out, and we rented the room. So we had this house that originally Ian, his auntie, and I. Maybe we shouldn't be saying people's names. What if you're like
Ian's a very common name.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but. No one's going to know who we're talking about.
Exactly. So we had rented a house, the upper level of a house. And then we rented out one of the rooms to Juliana. And me and Ian were breaking up. And his aunt was a horrible, horrible person. So one day we woke up and they were moving, basically. And me and Juliana had to come up with rent. And at that time, for the whole house versus paying just our portion of rent. And at that time, we actually didn't really have money. I don't think either of us were working.
I was 18. And then
and she had Shakira, who was a baby, and whatever. So remember the landlord locked off the water on us because the rent was late. Yeah, the rent was late, so we couldn't come up with the rent. And the landlord lived underneath us, right? So one day we get up and there was no water in the house. This man locked off the water because we were ignoring him about the rent because we didn't have it.
That's illegal, by the way.
Yeah, we called the police,
didn't know that
and he had to turn that shit back on.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We called the police and they told him he wasn't allowed to do that he had to go through court process.
Oh, did
and
they?
To be honest, yeah.
I didn't hear any of that.
You were there when we called them.
I don't remember any of that.
So, but it happened. So the police.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. Yeah, I just don't remember.
I have the same problem though. Like there's gonna be stories that she tells that I'm gonna be like, what the hell? But yeah, so he had to turn it back on. We did end up moving, and we weren't intentionally being bad tenants. We just got into a situation that whatever.
And we couldn't afford the rent.
Exactly. But luckily we moved. We found a place that was a basement apartment that had 2 apartments in the basement. So we still ended up living together, like
even
not
though it
together.
was separate
yeah,
units,
it was 2
same
separate
entrance,
units,
separate units,
yeah.
whatever.
So we moved over there, but that's how we met and became friends. And we did a lot of funny, stupid, we have a lot of stories, we do.
We can't tell some of those stories though, because people are going to look at me different, even though it was years ago, young, stupid, whatever, but...
Like the room that we rented out.
We'll tell, I wonder whatever happened to that. Do you want to tell them now?
Let's tell them now.
Okay, so like she said, we couldn't afford the rent. We rented out a room to someone. And the girl came, she paid us her money or whatever.
Yeah, she came and looked at the room.
And then she ghosted us.
Yeah.
She left her stuff there and we haven't heard it from her. It was there for like a month or so. Rent was becoming due again.
Yeah, and we didn't have it, so we decided we were going to move.
Yeah, so we decided to move. And we had did we have a number and it wasn't connected when we called?
Nothing.
Or
we didn't have any, I don't even think we had her name. We didn't sign anything. She just came, looked at the room and gave us money.
And moved her
brought
stuff
shit in and left, and we never saw her again. So now we're deciding we're going to move to this other place because we couldn't keep up. The rent over there was ridiculous. I don't even remember.
You know what? Back then it was...
Not expensive.
It was reasonable, but just because the 2 of us,
situation.
And we weren't working or whatever.
So, yeah, it was coming time for us to move, and she still had all her shit in the room, and we had no way to contact her, and we were going to move.
So, you know what happened. We
had to empty the house. Like when we were leaving, we had to leave the house empty.
If we didn't take it, the landlord would have thrown it out anyways.
And some of the shit was good. I think there was TVs.
I think
more than
a
one
VCR
TV,
or something. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, there was just some random shit. So we split that shit up.
I don't even remember what the girl looked like.
Or her name, anything. She's probably going to watch this video and be like, those are the bitches that robbed me.
We didn't rob her. You left the stuff there.
You abandoned your shit.
Even if we didn't take it, the landlord would have still thrown it out.
Exactly. So what can we do about that?
We did some stupid crap. Even, remember that year when the lights had gone out? What's that called?
Oh, the blackout.
The blackout. What year was that?
2004?
5?
Maybe 3, some shit. We were living, then we were still living with Jem and Ian.
Yeah, we were still living at the house.
Yeah.
It affected parts of the States too, I think.
Yeah, it did.
But majority of Canada was like...
Blacked out for at least a good 2-3 days.
Yeah. That shit was crazy.
It was crazy. At that time, I had been working. That's so funny. So, because remember I was working at my father's office?
I don't even think I knew that back then.
Yeah, because you were living there during the blackout time. I was working, let me tell you what happened that day, okay? My father is a real estate broker, owner, agent, whatever the hell. So I was working in his office, and them times AOL was a thing, and I had my little free AOL disc.
I think we all did.
Yeah, and I had it put into his work computer, okay? And I'm sitting there fucking around in a chat room and whatever, and all of a sudden it goes dead. I'm like, holy fuck. I got a virus on this man's work computer. I'm shitting my pants because it's his work computer with all of his shit, and I wasn't knowledgeable to know that they'd be able to get all that shit back. But yeah, I thought that's what I had done, that I had gotten a virus on it. So I was getting ready to go and tell him, and then I realized that lights were off everywhere and everything was off, and it was an actual blackout. I came outside. His office was on Queen by like 410 where the McDonald's was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I came out and like the road was because it's not there.
They would have moved locations.
Yeah. and everybody was on the street. Like, everybody was looking like, what's going on type of shit. That was a weird thing.
I don't remember where I was. I remember that night though, like we're all on the street and
sitting outside and shit. Because what can you do? It was hot.
Remember
there was
Timmy?
no light. Timmy.
He lived at the house.
Yeah.
Whatever happened. Anyways. And I think we had lost after we moved to that second place. We had lost touch. I'd moved to Toronto.
Yeah, you moved to Toronto
and we had lost touch.
Should I stay in Malton? I did stay in Malton. I got a little apartment. And
then we had lost touch, and it was years. When did we reconnect again? I don't remember.
Maybe 2007, 2008. It was around that. We connected, but like just through Facebook. Yeah, you had already had Jeremiah. And it was through just Facebook. Like, we didn't see each other. We just talked. But in between that, she had moved to Scarborough.
No, it wasn't Scarborough. It was
Toronto, somewhere. She moved far. Because I remember that I drove there to take a kitten to her. Remember the kitten? And he used to...
You brought me a kitten?
Yes.
The one that I threw something at?
Yes, and you told me that whole story.
Listen. It was not animal cruelty, okay? I had fried fish, and it was on the table, and the cat jumped up there and stole it, and I threw something to scare it, and...
Let's just say that Juliana should not have pets, because...
It was an accident. I did not intend to hit the cats.
That time.
What do you mean? Mitzi!
Let's talk about your cat's tail.
Wow, this was years after.
Exactly.
But let me finish the
Let's
story.
talk about
let
your
me
puppy.
finish. What?
Juliana should not have pets.
Let me finish the story. The cat had gotten away. And he had ran away, and he was outside for like a couple of days. He came back, and then that's when he had stole the fish, and I threw something to scare him, to get him off the table, and it hit him.
The man had been on the road for days. He was probably starving.
He had cat food. What do you mean? And it hit him, and all I saw was blood gush across the wall. He had a cyst under his skin, like something had bit him or whatever, but I didn't know it was hidden. And I threw... Listen, it's not animal cruelty. I did not intend to hit him, to hurt him. I just wanted to scare him.
Yeah. And honestly, she didn't hurt the cat. The cyst, that's what happened.
And then I took him to the vet, and the vet kept him, because I couldn't afford the vet, though.
Yeah.
So.
At least she took him to the vet, because...
What was I going to do? I couldn't keep him in the house, and he's sick, and...
Yeah, but you could have just opened the door and let him wander back outside.
He would have came back.
Exactly, because that's his home.
Anyways, what other... And the one where the tail...
Let her tell you.
The cat... I don't even know why he was running. I went to go catch him, and I grabbed the tail. It was not on purpose. And then after that, it started peeing all over my stuff.
Because she heard him.
So I had to get rid of him.
Not intentionally, but she heard him.
I had to get rid of him.
So he was mad at her. And then she had a puppy that...
Cats are very spiteful.
They are.
Spiteful.
Yeah. She had a puppy that she had for a while that she really liked him. I remember you used to talk about it. She likes animals. This is the thing. She likes them because I had a cat. My cat died. I'm really sad about it. She was 19 years old. I didn't have her for the whole 19 years, but...
What's her name again?
Norah.
I keep forgetting. I'm horrible with names.
I'm so sad when I think about that. But she would come and she'd see my Norah. Oh.
We had a vibe.
Yeah. She likes animals. She just shouldn't.
I do like animals. I just don't... Animals are like children.
Yeah.
But they're not. But they're like children.
And they become your family. Like, honestly, I bawled. And sometimes I still get really sad when I think about my kitten.
Nora, she was a cat. She was a grown-ass woman.
She was an old lady. She was a Persian cat, so she had that angry face all the time. She looked pissed, like she was a mood completely.
But that's what makes her cute.
Yeah, she was, because even though she looked like that, she was so loving.
She was so sweet. Every time I come in the door, she would come smell my foot.
Yeah, she had to check out who was coming. Who are you? Let me see. Have you been here before?
She was cool.
She was.
Yeah. But... You're making it seem like I don't like pets or anything.
No, I said.
Why'd you start telling those stories? Like, now people are going to think...
How did that come up?
I don't know.
Because I was saying that in between the not seeing each other for a while, I had gone to take
We're so random, okay?
That happened too.
We're random. Our brains are scattered. We never stay on one topic for too long. Maybe that's why we kind of get along.
Yeah. Pick up on the same shit. But
back to when lost touch after the blackout, and I moved to Toronto,
and I moved to Brampton, and when we started talking again over Facebook and stuff like that, and then she had Jeremiah, she was married, and she was going to buy a house, and again my father's a real estate agent, so even that, you had bought the house and everything, moved there, and we still hadn't seen each other. She was in Brampton, not far from me.
You're making it seem like I don't come see you. She doesn't leave her house.
I'm a hermit. I'm a certified hermit. I like my house. I'm comfortable in it.
If she didn't have to get food, she would never. Or go to work, she'll never.
You see, this is the thing. I can do the shit that I have to do. Like, I go to work every day. I don't miss work. And I go get my groceries and stuff like that. But other than that, my home is my safe space. I like being home. There's a thing called agoraphobia or some shit like that.
Don't ask me. I've never heard that.
There's one with the spiders. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one where you don't like to leave your house unnecessarily.
But then she'll make me come over, and then she just ignores me and on her phone.
Hold on a second. The best type of friendships, because this bitch will be sitting there playing Candy Crush too.
Because I come and you're ignoring me playing Candy Crush. So I'm let me play Candy Crush.
You walk in ignoring me. You walk in on your phone.
I don't even talk on my phone like that.
Not talk. Doing stuff. Just doing stuff. Instagram and shit.
That's not true.
But the best type of friendships are where you can just sit together and still have a vibe. And when we need to talk, we do.
I'm vibesy.
Yeah.
But back to the story. We keep losing track. So we'd gotten in touch with that. That was what, 2011?
No, not so far. It was about when we first got back in contact. It was about 2007.
Yeah, but I bought my house in 2011.
Yeah,
10, 11 kind of thing.
7. So then maybe it might have been like 2009 ish.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because Jeremiah was born in April 2007. And
Jeremiah was a baby when I first got Facebook. Yeah, because I had just gotten Facebook 2007, and funny, she was one of the first people I looked up.
Yeah, I joined Facebook May 2007. You see, certain things that have like dates locked in my head. Like Facebook, that's not even that important, but
you remember it.
I remember that. So I moved up here to Brampton, and
she bought a house from my daddy.
Yes, her dad is like, he's such a handsome Chilean.
Juliana has a thing for older men.
That is not true.
I'll tell you why. Even Daniela's father.
He was my Italian papi.
There you go.
He was the sweetest guy ever.
Girls, be careful with Juliana around your
That's
daddies.
not true. I like
I'm just joking.
Guys that are in my age group, and I love black men. Yeah. I've never dated outside my race before, because I've just never been attracted to anybody but black men. Yeah. He's just a nice, I don't know, maybe it's an accent. Her dad is handsome though. He's very handsome, and he has this accent and he's been here for years, and his accent hasn't changed one bit. He still talks the same. You do a good impression of him.
I do.
And Daniela's dad, I just liked him. Mm-hmm. He was funny. His jokes are hard to get, but he was funny. You know, he was my Italian papi. Yeah. And your dad's my Chilean dude, like, I don't know. But we keep losing track.
I know, because they're part of the stories, because, you know, they're raveled.
So, yeah, after I bought the house, we came up. You never even came to that house.
I know.
And it got sold like a year later because of whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember what happened after that. I think we had lost touch again.
Yeah.
And then when did we come back together again? I don't know. Because after that, I moved back to... Did I move back? No, I didn't move back to Toronto. I stayed in Brampton.
We still talked, but not often. Just Facebook here and there or whatever. How did we... For real, though, how did we end up... Because we ended up taking trips to Jamaica and shit.
That was in 2013. That was in 2013, September 2013. I don't know. Because I think you keep changing Facebook things or whatever. I didn't have your phone number back then, or maybe I did, but I changed my number so often.
Yeah. If I show you my phone, not this one because it's new, but my other phone, I could never call Juliana. I only had to WhatsApp her because Juliana knew. Juju. Like every fucking name.
WhatsApp wasn't available back then.
So much. I know. I'm saying now.
I've had this number now for at least 5 years, maybe.
I want to say that I've had this number for about 8 years, and I'm really proud of that because consistency.
Whatever. But then, yeah, we got back in touch again. And then a couple years after, that's when you told me about having, what do you call it?
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Blood cancer. I could never say that word. I have a problem with pronunciation.
Yeah.
But anyways. And
which has, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma ended up being the base of all of my illnesses because though it's not something that'll kill you, it's not necessary. There's not always a cure for it. And all of the it brings on other health issues. So I've had to do chemotherapy, I've had to do radiation, I've had surgeries. And all of those things, they make your immune system weak. And because of that, you're susceptible to all kinds of other things. And it also damages, this is the thing, it damages your organs, your kidneys, everything that you need as an immune defense system. So you're not able to be healthy in general, you know. Right now I'm wearing a wig because I lost my hair. It's starting to grow back, but it looks ridiculous.
She wears a wig anyways.
I do wear a wig anyways most of the time. Well, actually I had stopped because my hair had gotten long, so, but...
When you went to the hairdresser and they fucked it up.
And this surgery that I had to have now, this partial mastectomy, was again side effects of all of the other shit that I've had. I continuously get tumors or, you know, so.
How did you know you had cancer though? Like the first time, were you sick?
I was sick and I went to the hospital. And you know, when you go to the hospital, you know your body better than anybody. So the first time I went to the hospital, they actually misdiagnosed me and thought that I had meningitis. And that's what they had started to treat me for. And then they found out that it was actually non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that I had. I had been sick for months on and off, and I had been going to the doctor and not feeling well generally, but there was no one specific thing.
And I don't mean to interrupt, but the thing about her, she doesn't like go to the doctor.
I don't like to leave my house, remember?
She had to have been like really, really sick to even venture to go.
Yeah. So the doctor, I got diagnosed and whatever. And like I said, you know your body. So if you know something's wrong, what'd you do? If you know something's wrong with you and you're not getting the response that you want, you go to another doctor or get a second and third opinion if you have to. Because, again, not to say that doctors don't necessarily care, but when you walk in, you are a number. You are one of many patients that they're going to see throughout a day, and they have a time limit. They want to get you in and out within like 8 minutes, and that's a long time.
They don't
for them.
listen, they don't investigate properly.
You know, and if you're not persistent, a lot of shit will go undiagnosed or misdiagnosed.
And when you're younger too, they also, you're young. It's nothing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So, what year was that?
That was in 2011.
And you didn't say, I didn't know until like maybe about a year or two after?
So it's 9 years now. Yeah, it's been 9 years that I've been battling health issues, one after the other. It's pretty shitty. And I've said this many times, but at this point, if this treatment that I'm doing now, if I have to go again and try and do another surgery or anything like that, more radiation or more chemotherapy, I'm done. I'd rather live, because that's the shit that makes you sick. The treatment for the illness is what makes you sick. Not necessarily the illness. You can live for a long time with cancer. We all have cancer in our body. It's just a matter of if it develops or grows into something. But I can't do it. I can't handle the illness, and I'm single, I live by myself. I don't have someone to take care of me, so I have to be strong, and I have to make myself, even on days when I feel like shit. That's why people say to me, why don't you take time off work and deal with your health issues, and the government will help take care of you. Here's the problem with that. When you stay home, for me personally, you stay home and you actually allow yourself to just sit there and think about the illness. When I go to work, I keep myself busy. I keep my mind busy. I keep myself active, and you don't have time to worry as much about all the shit that's going on or all the health issues that you have. Like, I cannot sit right now. I'm supposed to be off work for about 6 weeks, and I want to go back like Monday because
she's crazy.
Yeah, I am in a little bit of pain. I'm taking painkillers. I just got my tubes out because they had the drainage tubes, and I do have a little bit of pain, but I'm not like I can sit here. If I can sit here and do this, I can work because my work is not heavy load or anything like that. I work in an office, so yeah, I want to go back to work on Monday. I can't
She's
go.
not going back to work. Her boss knows better. He wouldn't.
Yeah, my boss is wonderful. My workplace is wonderful.
And
go ahead.
No, I was saying, touching base on something you said about everyone has cancer in your system. It's a matter of, and I didn't even know this back then, but and I spoke about this before when I found the lump in my breast and I thought it was breast cancer, whatever, and it turned out benign. So had I not removed that, because they're saying you don't have to remove it if you don't want to. Had I not removed that, maybe it would have developed into something else. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
it's better to take the side of caution, and like, I'm glad that you removed that, because you don't want to be going through things like, you have small children, even your big children, you have children, period. You don't want to be going through shit like this and be thinking of what's going to happen with them, or, it's difficult.
Because I just didn't want to be able to feel it and know.
Yeah.
Because my head is nuts. Like, sometimes I'll sit and cry about things that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
The what ifs.
Like, if it should happen, or what if this happens, or whatever, yeah.
Crazy. And then, this was what, 2012 maybe?
2012-ish, yeah.
And then in September of 2013, we went to Jamaica.
For a birthday trip. We're both Libras, by the way.
Maybe I'm the 23rd, September 23rd, she's the 20th. I'm actually half Libra, half Virgo.
She's a Libra.
Technically. Because some horoscopes will tell me I'm a Virgo.
All her traits are Libra.
But Virgo and Libra are very similar to each other.
Not really.
There's not a huge difference.
Camille's a Virgo. Honey's a Virgo, yeah. I think my mom's a Virgo. They're similar, but not. She's a Libra.
Every description I've read has always, whatever. I've always, and I've said this in the video where I was talking about how, did I speak about it in the video? I think I did. With me and Lisa and Marcia, we were talking about how we met our
boyfriends, yeah.
Or partners or whatever.
Yep.
I was always the one. Don't ever marry a foreigner, a Jamaican, wherever.
I say that too.
And then I went and I got caught in the trap. I'm not going to go back into what. I did not look him.
I'll tell you something. I was there. I didn't
look him. Okay? I did not.
He is my people's people. And yes, she did look him.
She saw,
she liked, and she conquered. And there's nothing wrong with that. Listen. Not only did she married him, they have kids.
He was tall. I love tall men. I love tall men.
That trip was so good. It was so good.
I wish I can go back.
Right? We went for
what hotel were we at? This was in Ochi, Reese, Jamaica. This was
what, it's now Moon Palace, but back then it was... I
thought it was beautiful back then. It's beautiful now.
Yeah, it's so nice.
We haven't been back, but...
I have. But,
she thinks she's Jamaican.
I don't, but you know what? The best years of my life... When I was 16, I went to Jamaica on a trip with my friend. And we were going there for, I think, 10 days or something like that. We went for the 10 days, and I came back, and I packed my shit, and I went back, and I stayed for 5 years. We cut off.
The battery died. We had to recharge it. So let's get this over quick before it dies again. So I think you left off when you were 16, you moved to Jamaica.
Yeah, and it became my happy place. Since that, that's where... I have my best memories. I just love it. I love everything about it. The culture, the people. It's just a vibe, completely. So yeah, I ended up traveling back there often. And for our birthdays in, when was it again? 2013.
September 2013.
Yeah, we decided to go down for a birthday trip. And she met her husband.
I didn't look him.
She did.
As previously.
She did.
I did not. I did not.
Again,
him.
like I said,
Listen,
just a few minutes ago, she saw, she liked, and she conquered.
I did conquer, but I didn't. Don't make it seem like I.
No, she didn't go out of her way, but she let it be known that that's what she wanted, and she got it.
I kind of flirted a little bit. I'm a flirt. I flirted a little bit.
And let me tell you what happened that day.
Chickens. Was it chickens or ducks? One of them.
Some shit. We were eating.
God. Let me tell the story. Okay, so her husband was eating fish or something like that? Something.
Whatever he was eating.
And I didn't recognize what it was. So I'm like, oh, what's that? He's like, whatever. You want some? And he just gave them.
She let him feed her.
He did not feed me. He put the fork out with the food off and I bit it off. I wasn't even thinking. She didn't bit it off. She didn't take it off the fork and put it in my. She ate it off the fork that he was feeding her with. I was not even thinking, to tell the truth. It was just so sudden. Like, it's like my head was like, don't offend me. But then I just did it.
She did it.
And she keeps...
She wants to tell you my story, what happened to me at the beach.
Oh, yes! So we're at the beach. This one with her wings.
Let me tell you, okay, let me adjust this one in the meantime. So let me tell you, first of all, okay, when this happened, I went into the water. There was like 2 people on the beach. 2 people and us. You were going to tell the story.
She went diving into the water. Which beach were we at?
We were at Flavors Beach in St. Anne.
And she went into the water. She wants to look all sexy now, like she's on friggin'... I don't remember what the show's called. I did not want to look sexy, and she went diving into the water with the wig on.
I love water.
All I seen was the wig floating on the surface. And she's trying to, instead of coming up, she's on the water trying to catch them.
Put it back on.
And I can't swim, so I want to come try to save you. Before you get up, you're there trying to kill yourself, trying to catch the wig.
I had hair under my wig anyways. But when I came up to finally get the wig, I look on the beach and it's full. Like every fucking buddy that wasn't there before was always like, you're going to have to put a notice saying that they're swearing or whatever. I'm sorry, that's just the way I talk.
What? People swear all the time.
Exactly.
I wish I had caught that on video.
That was hilarious. I'm so glad she didn't catch it on video. I am so glad.
Have a picture from 6 years ago.
Probably.
We were going to the mall. You know, a little, what do you call those? Strip mall or whatever. She had just gotten these new heels and she's like...
They were so cute.
I'm going to wear them. I'm like, for what? We're just going to the strip mall. It's nothing fancy.
But they were cute.
She didn't listen. Get out of the car. She's walking in the parking lot. Boom. I have the pictures. I'm going to plaster them in here so people can see.
Don't plaster.
I'm going to do it. So
I fell on my ass. And this bitch was taking pictures.
You were not. You went on your knee. You went down on your knee.
Because you know when you fall, you...
How's your knee,
even though I fell on my knee, I ended up on my ass because
you couldn't get up.
I was that commercial, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. It was awful.
Oh, God. But anyways, guys, we're going to end the video here. We'll come back another time, do another... Because the battery's going to die in the camera.
And we have lots of stories still.
Those other stories, I'm not going to want to tell. Some of them. I could be incriminating myself.
That's okay.
No, because the statue has a statue.
Yeah. Our bad shit was a long time ago.
I want to trust that.
That's true. That's true.
I need
Just so you know, we've done some shit. We're good
Correction,
girls now.
Mostly her.
Not true.
I did do a few things,
not
yes,
true.
I'm not going to lie.
Not true.
I used to be the mastermind behind certain things. But I'm not going to... I was proud, like...
Yeah. I went on a couple shopping sprees.
Mitzi, stop! Okay, you know what? Bye.
See you guys later.
Oh my God.